Hello and welcome to Make a Difference Foundation video 1. Thank you for joining and I hope everyone is doing well. Today we're going to talk about is why do we need to develop ourselves and how can we do it in an effective way that benefits us to achieve whatever we want, whatever the outcome we want in any area of our life. We all know that one of the key features of successful people is that they reflect continuously on how they are doing. How do you interact with others, both in your personal and professional lives? So I'm going to keep this nice and simple. As we go about our day-to-day lives, we interact with people's scenarios and situations. Now, when our brains receive the information, the first part of our brain reacts quite quickly to this. So it's an impulsive part of the brain. It is responsible for survival, drives, instincts. It also gives us emotions, feelings, and thinking, which is very important to enjoy our life. It gives a nice color to it. But it's not always there to help us. More often than not, it doesn't reflect our ideal self. So now, when we reflect upon things in a later stage, in reflection time, what we are doing is using a different part of the brain, which I'm calling human brain, or prefrontal cortex, which takes a second look at what we are doing, a second way of interpreting things. And this part of the brain brings in facts, logic, rationality, and more importantly, it brings perspective. It brings values, which gives us our stability. It also looks at problem solving, which helps us move forward in life with much more positive approach. So now from your point of view, the question I would be asking you today is, do you think you could do things differently to your advantage? Sometimes small changes makes big difference. And when we look at main areas that I like to work with, I will be talking about behaviors, emotions, and thinking. Because that's the time our mind works constantly all day long. Let's take an example. Sometimes we say getting up in the morning, getting ready for work, going out of home, I'm always under that time pressure. This is a common challenge for many of us. We all know it's not a rocket science, but a simple answer is you can set your alarm 15 minutes earlier. But I would like to add something to that. If you have set up your alarm 15 minutes earlier, then your experience is that you got that extra time, the breathing space to actually wake up and not feel under pressure. If we think about it, attitude and mindset is a key part of our day. Entering in any situation or interaction, your attitude will affect the outcome greatly, as it sets the tone. So as we go out in the world head on, we have a habit of going out with certain attitude or frame of mind. We can challenge that. It's a learned behavior. So during that 15 minutes extra that you might have gained, you can ask yourself the question, do I want to set up myself in a positive frame of mind, negative frame of mind, or neutral frame of mind? It's fairly easy to guess. Most people will say positive frame of mind. And now, by doing a bit of reflection, you can actually get yourself into that positive frame of mind, which can make a big difference to rest of the day. Now, how do we actually do that? So I'll give you an example. We all know that people who shows gratitude and are grateful for things around them do much better than others that don't. The science backs this. It also transmits to their head. It leads to much better sense of well-being. So when you are grateful for things, you are likely to do better physically and psychologically. And this can definitely set you up in a better frame of mind for the day. Now, what I would suggest is make a list of things that you might be taking it for granted. So for example, your house, or a partner who might be supporting to you, some good friends that you have got, the knowledge, skills that you have got that allows you to earn money and have a good living. It could be even looking outside to the nature and environment and see the nature has given us fresh air, sunlight, and many other amenities for free. I would say we are taking it for granted. How about your circumstances, your health? Now think of the things that you might not be acknowledging are there, which when you do acknowledge will help you have a better sense of well-being. Another example where reflection might help. We can have a learned behavior of not overanalyzing things or over worrying. And by stopping and reflecting upon it, we can find different ways to approach the life, other than continually ruminating or worrying about something that happened or something you might have said or somebody else said. This is impulsive part of the brain which can be overwritten if we learn how to do it. Now the crucial question becomes is, do you think by reflecting you could actually make changes in your life that could help you to get balance, maybe happiness, improve your productivity, bring down the stress level? If the answer is yes, then one thing I'm asking you to do is that make a time commitment doing this. I know, this is the very hard part for many of us. We just don't have time. We just can't find 10 minutes out of 1,440 minutes a day for our well-being. All day long, we do all kinds of activity using our body, mind, and emotional energy. We must do something to keep it healthy. I use a technique 888, means I would spend 8 minutes a day exercising every day, no cheat day. I would spend 8 minutes during the day, give complete break to my mind. And I will spend 8 minutes a day to reflect, how am I going to position myself for the day? And at the end of the day, how did I do? What can I learn from it? Be gentle to yourself. Give yourself the love and care that you give to others and your family. Am I asking too much? That's 24 minutes, 8 for body, 8 for mind, and 8 for reflection, to find out where we are going. Interestingly enough, that 1 minute per hour we invest so that we can do great in other 59 minutes. This is no better return on investment than anything else. Now, if this is genuinely makes sense to you and you are sincere about doing something and not complaining of every problem that you have in your life, then let's make this happen. The best way getting development time is fix a time of the day. That could be first thing in the morning or last thing at night, or whatever suits you. You can regularly set a time, a place, hopefully it's a quiet place, without any distraction, where actually you can start thinking and reflecting on how things are going for you and how you are looking after yourself. I strongly recommend that if you do reflection time, then you do only about 5 or 10 minutes a day, maybe 8 minutes commitment a day. The reason I'm saying this is, if you said I am taking extreme and drive point to the home, I will do an hour every day, which sounds great, but it is very unrealistic. I have and still struggle with consistency in my life. We just can't do that. Most of us don't have an hour to sit and reflect, and you're probably going to drift off in that time anyway. So 5 to 10 minutes is what is the ideal time. And for most people, you have to work it out for yourself. That do you have that 8 minutes a day to reflect upon yourself, to reflect upon how things are going for you? Now, if you do 5 or 10 minutes, then you can focus specifically on certain topics. And now, next question is, what do I do in this reflection time? What do I think about? This is how we're going to approach this. I'm going to run series throughout this wellness journey of things that you can use for reflection time. So some action point as we cover different areas, things like self-esteem, communications, our emotions, relationships, how do I bring balance in life. So reflection time is all about looking and see how can you improve the quality of life, whichever area you want to. In summary, reflection is figuring it out. What do I have on my plate? What can I do in my power to make it better? It is used by successful people and is one of the main factors that promote success in however way you define success. I would like you to ask a question to yourself. Would it help me to sit and reflect for just 5 minutes a day? If the answer is yes, make a commitment today that by setting aside specific time for reflection and recommending just 5 minutes, maybe 8 minutes the most, then decide on what topic and challenge you are going to reflect upon. Thank you very much. If you are not sure what I covered, please look at the video again and make some notes. You get a real feel for what we are trying to do here. Hopefully, make a commitment to it and start the process of change. My next video will be after 2 weeks, which will give you enough time to rewatch, make some notes, put things that you have learned into practice so you can feel how Make a Difference program can impact your life. If we continue the way we act and react in life, things will not change. So we must train our mind. We must train perception. We must learn how to manage our emotions. We must look at the big picture. We must take action to make a difference. Please send me your questions. Challenges come along the way implementing these ideas. I will reply you in timely manner. All of you have my phone number. You can text me, email me. You can email me at wellness@iamwong.com or madgroupkids@gmail.com. Thank you very much and have a great next 2 weeks.